Not many openings have a huge fan club, a group of do-or-die enthusiasts for whom playing this or that particular line is the be-all and end-all of chess. Yet the Blackmar-Diemer Gambit is one such opening. I suppose it's the thrill of giving up a pawn early in the game, the opportunity to blast out reams of home-prepared analysis, the audacity to strut your funky stuff in the poor guy's face. Yeah, I suppose I can see the attraction now, and believe you me, a lot of players want to do this. So join with me now on an idiosyncratic journey into the Blackmar-Diemer Gambit. We will find the Gambit tricky and eminently suited to funky stuff strutting, albeit far removed from the aridity of World Championship matches and the dour wood shifting so prevalent in the upper echelons of chess. As Grandmaster Julian Hodgson once dryly remarked, if you want to pay your mortgage or you've got hungry mouths to feed, then don't do it. But for all the rest of us, the Blackmar-Diemer Gambit opens up the door to enormous fun. The infamous Gambit is reached after the following moves. White plays d4, black d5, and now comes the Gambit move e4. D takes e4, knight c3, and I'd like to break down what exactly I'm going to be looking at on this tape for you. The first part of the tape will deal with the Gambit acceptance. That is, where black plays knight to f6, white plays f3, and black snaps the pawn off. E takes f3, knight takes f3. And obviously there's a wide choice for black in this position. In the first section of the tape, we'll be looking at the move e6, a rather solid defence recommended by Max Erver. Then I'll go on to consider the move g6, which could be used against you by King's Indian or Grunfeld fanatics, where black elects to fianchetto the bishop on the king side. Against that, I recommend a very pointed attacking plan. I'll then go on to consider the move bishop to f5, which looks very solid. Black hopes to reinforce his position with e6 and develop in safety. Against that, I recommend a highly aggressive plan, one which puts the question to black's bishop as quickly as possible. We'll then go on to look at other setups for black. For instance, black may play the bishop out to g4 with the intention of exchanging bishop for knight, again trying to get a solid position. You will see that white can work up aggressive chances against that as well. Finally, I'll consider the move c6, one of those solid attempts again just to consolidate and hold the extra pawn. And we will see a wonderful game of Dutch international master Gerard Welling, where he blows the black position away. In the second part of the tape, I'll be looking at popular ways for black to actually decline the gambit, in other words, to bottle out. I guess a lot of your opponents will feel that way when they see the Blackmar-Diemer Gambit ventured against them. They'll feel very uncomfortable and they won't want to take the pawn. So what are the best ways for black to decline the gambit? Well, I'll be looking at the Vienna defence, bishop f5. Quite common, but I don't believe it's particularly good, and I'll show you why later on. I'll be looking at e3, which I reckon a lot of your opponents will play against you. They simply will not have the nerve to accept the gambit, and this looks safe. Anyhow, we'll see that this move doesn't interrupt white's development in any way, and white can develop quickly and effectively against it. Finally, dropping back one move, I'll be looking at the move 3e5, the Lemberger defence, which I actually consider to be one of black's best options at this point. We'll see that white can only obtain a minimal advantage against this move, but you can nevertheless play for the win with white, even in the simplified positions that arise. In the final section of the video, I'll be looking at lines where black doesn't oblige with the move d5, and in fact goes knight f6. We can still get our Blackmar-Diemer Gambit, but this time with the exchange of a pair of knights. For instance, if e4 in this position, then black can play knight takes e4. And this is a line known as the Hübsch Gambit. Well, I'll show you that the exchange of knights